Hi everyone! This is gonna be a very special video with Eva because we're gonna talk about a previous video that you can watch right here, or maybe at the end of this video, of course, you can switch over to the other video. We talked about our fragrance addiction and there were so many comments. They were also so wise, you know, with their advice and stuff like that. I wanted to talk to Eva about it and also to you about it because it's very interesting. You know, the suggestions you gave to us are very, very good. So I collected a few reactions on our addiction video. So we were talking about, you know, the endless longing for new perfumes and new experiences, new scent experiences, and the fact that it will, you know, it definitely is very expensive. It's an expensive hobby, and you can call it a passion, but maybe also an addiction, you know, more and more and more. And it's something we also experience ourselves.
Definitely.
And something that I feel really torn about personally. And they had a few suggestions, and I must say, after reading all these comments, I was like, I'm gonna try a few of them.
I'm curious.
And I haven't bought, okay, so I bought one perfume. But it's a very cheap one. It's a Zara one, second hand.
Oh, that's okay.
It's a used bottle, yes. But a few comments. I have to get rid of or use 2 bottles, and that works well for me. I also keep half my collection rotated in storage at a time, so when I have an itch for something new, I can shop my own collection.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yes, have this rotation. I was talking about that too in the video. That's a very nice thing. You know, just put some fragrances of your collection in front and then, you know, rotate, and then you will rediscover a few fragrances then each time.
The thing about the rotation I like a lot. I should try that. The thing about having to use up 2 bottles, I like it in theory, but it doesn't work for me in practice because the bottles I use up are my absolute favorites, and I will always repurchase them. And the ones that I do not use enough are the special ones, because they are quite heavy and I cannot really wear them all the time, or I like them but I don't really love them, and they remain in the closet. So that one, it is a nice suggestion, but for me it doesn't work.
Okay, but there is also a very interesting thought of a few people. I think part of the attraction is the novelty, since we're really searching for what we think fragrances will bring us rather than the fragrances themselves. We get distracted by the latest novelty all the time, and we fail to create a scent memory of, and that struck me, that word, memory, the scent memory. We talk about a lot of fragrances that really do have a scent memory, and that is so special. And if you have so many fragrances, you don't create scent memories of this fragrance. You don't experience, you know, your life experience isn't that, you know, long when you wear a certain fragrance. You have to wear a certain fragrance a certain amount of time, like a few years, and then you will also be, you will always be, you know, brought back to that period in time, and it will make you nostalgic. And if you have all these different types of scents, I don't have a nostalgic feeling to my fragrances. Only the ones that I wore a lot when I was young and not into fragrances yet. I
found that I sometimes try to force scent memories. By, for example, when I leave on a trip, I buy a new perfume to wear on that trip.
Okay. So, because then the input is very strong, of course.
But the thing is, it doesn't work. It does not work. I had, for example, Hibiscus Mahajat is still here from a previous video that we filmed, but this perfume, I bought it and I was planning on taking it with me on a holiday. The scent memory that I get from this perfume is not the holiday, but it is the moment, the specific day that I was planning the holiday. And I was, the first time that I wore this, and it's such a random timing of my
yeah,
life
yeah,
and
yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah,
random
yeah.
day. It doesn't,
Yeah.
nothing really special happened, but I don't even remember the trip
Oh
when I
my
smell
God,
this.
yes.
So you cannot force scent memories, and sometimes I tend to then buy perfumes with the idea of, oh, it's going to be so fun to have a memory from this one, but it doesn't work like that.
And then there's also someone who said, try making a yearly list of the 4 most wanted scents, 1 per season. Oh, this is difficult for
A year
us.
is too long.
Oh my
A year
God.
is too long for me.
And before buying them, try them in the store and wear them in at least 4 is really the number, different environments and preferably surrounded by different people.
See, that I really like, and this is what, for me, is actually the reason that I own so many perfumes that I don't often wear, because you can get samples if you're lucky in Belgium, but a sample only takes you so far. If you're really careful with it, you can get maybe 3 wears out of it, but often after 1 or 2 wears, the sample is done. And then you have to decide to go for a bottle or not. And I often feel pressure to go for the bottle because I want to try the scent out even more. And then after a few days, I actually realize, it's nice, but it's not a love. I have things that I love better or more, and the bottle is there, and I don't touch it anymore. So I am actually a big fan of travel sizes.
Yes.
So 10 ml or 5 ml even.
Yes, travel sizes or decants. There is also someone who talks about this, the decant rule. It's very interesting. He or she says, if loved so much it's used up, then you buy a full bottle. So if your decant is used up or your travel size is used up and you're like, oh my God, then, because otherwise it's gonna be standing in your closet and you will not use it. And there are so many perfumes that just stand there and I don't use them.
The thing with decants is that often you have, there is no official decant business, and you have to rely on other people who are willing to share their bottles.
That's true.
And then often the way that you transfer the perfume, if it comes into contact with air, it changes. So I much prefer an official 10 ml.
Yes, there are a few official websites, but here in Belgium, I think in America, overseas, there are a lot of services like that that offer a wide range of perfumes, but here in Belgium we still have like a few ones, but it is they offer a selected range, not that much, and it's difficult to find a decant. Officially.
For example, I really like Delina, and a couple of years ago I purchased a travel spray from the Parfum de Marly website, and I've run out of it, and I really would like another travel spray because I don't need a full bottle. I own too many perfumes, and it doesn't exist anymore. It's not on the website anymore. So I'm stuck now with what should I do? I want to wear it like 2, 3, 4 times a year, but I have to buy the bottle if I want to do so. So that's a bit, that's what's blocking me or what's making me buy all these bottles.
Yes, and then this person also says, if you have bought the full bottle, at least 1 or 2 bottles must go out.
But again, how? Because I don't know if we discussed this in the previous video, but selling perfume bottles, pre-loved ones, is very difficult. It's becoming very difficult, and I understand because, for example, on Vinted, they want to protect the buyer to make sure that you don't receive any damaged or half-used bottles. So I get that it's not allowed, but for people like us who take care of their bottles and who just want to rotate and let other people enjoy the scent that we don't enjoy anymore, it's very difficult. And you have some groups on Facebook, but even there, they make it very difficult to resell bottles. And if the bottle then for the very expensive ones, it's often quite okay. But the designer scents,
yes, it's
you
very
cannot get rid of
difficult.
them, so it's
Very good suggestion here is making like a list or like a certain notebook, and it's in a way it's the same thing as we're doing right here, making fragrance review videos and doing something with this scent, that is, you know, have a notebook and then write all your impressions. Write about the fragrances that you own.
I like that.
And it would be a beautiful journal. You know, it buys something beautiful, you know, with a very good cover, with a very nice cover. And then you can write about it, and then it helps you focusing on the fragrances that you own, and not, you know, looking up other fragrances and stuff like that. You know, you write about it. You be creative.
It's very mindful.
It's very mindful, and it's a very good suggestion. Thank you so much.
And maybe like take a moment to reflect on, what am I smelling? Why do I like this perfume? Yeah, I like that.
Yes, and also layering. This person suggests layering this viewer, you know, what you already have. So trying to reinvent the fragrance or invent a new fragrance while layering, you know, your a few fragrances of yours, and then you will create new scents, and that's going to be something. I haven't done any, you know, like serious layering of fragrances yet. I haven't tried that before.
I have some that I intentionally layer because I don't. I think they're too linear separately.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And then I have some that I layer, but I discovered it by accident. So I have two fragrances that you would never pair together if you would, because they both have a very heavy note list. There are a lot of notes in both of them, but I had one of them on, and then the other one was still in the sleeve of my coat. And I was smelling this amazing scent, and I thought, what is this?
Wow, accidentally, really.
Yeah, so...
oh, that's great.
That's nice.
You know, layering, really, only if you only have a few scents, even then, you know, you have so many different layering options. It could be, and the person says it could be so much fun. And truly, it's a very good suggestion also. And all these comments, you can all read them at the bottom of the video that we released a few weeks ago, I think. And it's all about fragrance addiction. Really watch that video and you will know all about it.
I actually have another one that I sometimes do. I exchange perfumes with friends.
Oh, yes.
So you can use for a couple of days a scent that you don't own, and they can use your scent.
Oh,
of
my
course,
God,
the
yes.
risk is that you then love something that much that you want to buy a full bottle. But on the other hand, it scratches the itch of wanting to wear a scent for a couple of days or weeks, but not really wanting a full bottle.
And it's also, you get something, but also give something. And this act of giving can fill in the act of buying, you know, in a way, because it can also be satisfactory, or how to call it, you know, giving someone something, and you have to trust this person, I think. Also.
Yes, of course, and you have to be a bit leveled in how you use your perfume, so that you don't give away the bottle and then receive like the bottle half empty.
Oh yes. Oh God.
So
no.
it's important that you.
Yeah, you have to discuss it beforehand, I think. Yeah.
But I really like it actually, and it's an opportunity to discuss perfumes with friends as well, like a book club, but for perfumes.
Okay.
That's
well.
nice.
All these great suggestions, thank you so much for them. I just wanted to make a little video as a follow-up because I really like it, but we have another idea. Yes. If it will work, we don't know, because we're quite new in the fragrance community, but...
we want to do a Q&A with you. So if you have any questions for us, you can let us know in the comments, and then in one of the following videos, we will address all of your questions. What do you want to know perfume-wise about us? Let us know.
Yes, and if you want to send an email or something, you can also do that.
Do we have an email address?
Yes, we have an email address. It's thescentennial@gmail.com. So if you want to, you know, be private and ask a private question, then you can always send an email to us, thescentennial@gmail.com. It's also on the screen.
Or via Instagram, you can always send us an email on
our Instagram.
Thank you for staying till the end. Thank you for letting us feel like we're not alone in our fragrance addiction.
Yes.
Challenge sometimes. We really liked your suggestions. So if you have some more, let us know in the comments. And we'll see you soon in another video.
Bye-bye.